I want to quickly talk to you about business credit cards that pull TransUnion for massive amounts, massive limits. And we're talking about a minimum FICO score of 600. So 595 to 600. Okay. So here's a review I want you to really pay attention to. So the first business credit cards that pull TransUnion is US Bank. So US Bank has a constellation of business credit cards that actually all pull TransUnion. So the first one I want to talk to you about is the US Bank Business Altitude Connect. Now, this card is kind of cool. Now, the card is great for those business owners who love to have travel rewards. So if you are in a category where you love to have you love to accumulate travel rewards, you will love US Bank, the US Bank Business Altitude Connect World Elite MasterCard. This is a business card that pulls TransUnion. And the cool thing is you can earn 60,000 bonus points. And if you just spend $6,000 in the first 190 days, you will actually accumulate this amount. You have 4x points on prepaid hotels and car rentals booked directly in the Reward Center. We're speaking here about the US Bank Reward Center. You have 4x points on travel, including airfare, hotels, gas, EV charging stations, up to $150,000 in combined annual spend. You have 2x points on dining, takeout, restaurant delivery, and cell phone services, and 1x points on all other purchases. So the point I'm trying to make here is that this card is great for you if you are trying to accumulate travel rewards, okay? So it's called the US Bank Business Altitude Connect World Elite MasterCard. Kind of mouthful, but it is really great. It pulls TransUnion, and the minimum FICO score here, 600. And another card I want to share with you is the US Bank Triple Cash Rewards Visa Business Card. And this card is actually a cashback business card that pulls TransUnion also. And also the minimum FICO score revolves around 590 to 605, 610. And this is a card that allows you to actually earn up to $500 in cash back. You just have to spend $4,500 in the first 150 days after opening your account. So this is kind of cool. You also earn a 3% cash back on eligible purchases at gas and EV charging stations, office supply stores, cell phone service providers, and restaurants. So pretty good deal. And we love the fact that the APR is kind of decent too. You are looking at the 19.24 to 28.24%. So this is just fantastic. Boss, by the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here to have this quick convo with you about the business credit cards that pull TransUnion only for massive amounts. I want to share with you two other US Bank business credit cards that pull TransUnion for massive amounts. We're speaking about the next one is the US Bank Business Leverage Visa Signature. And this card is kind of cool. Now, it's a card that allows you to actually, it's a rewards card also, but it's a little different from the first one. It's not necessarily a travel rewards card. This is just a rewards card in general. So this card allows you to earn up to $750 in rewards when you spend $7,500 in eligible purchases in the first 120 days. So we're speaking about 4 months, okay? And on top of that, you can earn 2% back in your top 2 categories where you spend the most automatically. So here we're speaking about what? We're speaking about rotating categories. So you have to really account for that, rotating categories. And so the thing is that now this card actually carries a $95 annual fee. This fee is waived the first year, so this is a favor that the U.S. Bank does to you. So the first year is waived, but the subsequent year you have to pay. Subsequent years you have to pay $95. Okay, and so it's called the U.S. Bank Business Leverage Visa Signature Card, and it's a business card that pulls TransUnion. Another card I want to share with you. This is the fourth card. This is the fourth and last card from U.S. Bank. It's called the U.S. Bank Business Platinum Card. And this is a card actually, it's great for balance transfers and actually a large, let's say, I would say large amount purchases. So if you have, let's say you have a massive expense to actually to do, you can actually charge on the card because you know why? You have 0% intro APR for the first 18 billing cycles. This is kind of cool. If you were to ask me, so you're talking about a year and a half with no interest. This is just fantastic. So this card is really great for balance transfers and massive purchases. Okay, so but after the intro period is over, you have an APR that oscillates from 17.24% to 26.24%. This is really good. So if you were to ask us, this is really good. A card that really gives you a constellation of benefits, a constellation of tracking tools. Fantastic. So all those 4 cards that I just shared with you from US Bank, those 4 business credit cards, they all pull TransUnion for massive amounts. And we're speaking about, again, a minimum FICO score that revolves around 595 all the way to 610, 615. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about business credit cards that pull TransUnion for massive amounts. I want to talk to you about another card. It's a Navy Fed. So we have Navy Fed Gold Beast Rewards credit card. So if you think about the Rewards credit card, you have 2 versions. You have the MasterCard and you have the Visa, right? And the cool thing about the Gold Rewards in general is that, first of all, Navy Fed is a great institution, but it is a credit union. So you have to actually apply for a membership, and you have to qualify for membership. So once 97% of folks in the U.S. actually qualify for membership. But hey, listen, you still have to qualify. So the thing is that what we love about this card is that, so you have 2 cards. The Gold Beast Rewards credit cards all pull TransUnion, and the minimum FICO score here also revolves around 600. And so the card is kind of cool because you can choose to have the MasterCard or you can choose to have the Visa. It's totally up to you. You have to see which kind of network you like. But the good thing is that so the card has no foreign transaction fees, no earnings caps. This card is great for travel and expenses, and you also have the ability to have multiple card holders available. So like Navy Fed is not charging you extra to hold the multiple card holders, and you always earn 1x points per dollar spent. Okay, so this card is great in terms of accumulating points. It could be travel, it could be points on purchases, it could be anything. What we love about the card is that the card actually accommodates a single member ALC, multi-member ALC. If you're an entrepreneur, if you are, it's really great. It's great for small businesses. It's great for micro businesses. But again, the only restriction here is you have to be a member. Okay, so you also have to choose which one works for you. Please remember to choose the network you want to be in. Do you want to be in Visa or you want to be in MasterCard? So it really depends on your favorite card network. But overall, this card is just fantastic. The limits here, the maximum limit we have seen in our research revolves around $75,000. A lot of folks say, well, you can never go beyond $25,000, but this is not true. We have folks who have Navy Fed all the way to $75,000. That's the credit cards, of course. The third card issuer that pulls TransUnion is Regions. So the interesting thing with the Regions is that Regions has 2 great business credit cards that pull TransUnion. And the first one is the Visa Business Credit Card. So the Regions Visa Business Credit Card. This is a fantastic credit card, business credit card that pulls TransUnion for a massive limit. We're speaking here about somewhere from $60,000 all the way to $100,000. And the cool thing is that the minimum FICO score is around 625. We've seen people actually qualify for this card with the FICO score of 610. So it's totally possible. Now, when you think about the Regions Visa Business Credit Card, a credit card that pulls TransUnion, you're talking about a card that actually is great for regular purchases. Okay, because like you're not going to earn rewards. This is just a card to help you build credit. This is a card to help you serve as a liquidity buffer for your small business. You can charge everything on the card. It's just fantastic. Why? Because the APR is kind of decent. You're looking at 15%, 15.74 to 25.74. So if you were to ask me, this is a really good thing, a good APR. On top of that, Regions is throwing a short intro APR offer for 6 months. So for 6 months, you have a 0% intro APR on purchases though, not on balance transfers, on purchases. So this is the kind of card, I mean, in our view, this is a great play. If you have like, let's say some consequential expenses, you can charge on the card for, and I mean, those expenses, of course, you have to be ready to repay them, like to pay the full balance before the 6-month period is over. But it's a great card, but again, don't expect anything extraordinary on the card. The card has no sort of no travel rewards, no everyday rewards, whatever, no perks. It's a card that is just great as a credit card, as a business credit card that allows you to build credit, that allows you to have a liquidity buffer. That's it. Okay, so this sort of helps you, sort of fill the occasional liquidity holes you have in your operations. But it is fantastic, though. It is fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about business credit cards that pull TransUnion only for massive limits. I want to share with you another Regions business credit card. It's called the Regions Visa Business Enhanced Rewards credit card. Now, unlike the first business card that I talked to you about, this card has more rewards. Okay, this is a card that you want to go for if you actually have a great relationship with Regions and you are trying to parlay that relationship into a great let's say an excellent cardholders relationship. And so the thing is that this business credit card from Regions allows you to earn rewards on qualifying purchases with no annual fee. This is really good. And the cool thing is that you also have access to Visa Savings Edge, which offers automatic savings of up to 15% on eligible purchases with designated merchants. So this is one of those things where you have to familiarize yourself with all those quote unquote designated merchants that Regions is actually rewarding you for. And the card is great because you are able to add or remove employee cards, change limits, track transactions, and make payments. And this card can approve you for limits all the way to $100,000. This is really good. And so it's called the Regions Business Enhanced Card. And so, for instance, you have 1x points for each dollar in purchases. You have 0% intro APR on purchases. Same thing for the first 6 months, and the card has no annual fee. This is just fantastic. Okay, and I just want to insist on the fact that the 0% intro APR does not apply to balance transfers. If you want to do balance transfers on your Regions business credit card, you are going to have to pay dearly. Okay, we're speaking about $10 balance transfer fee or 4% of the amount of the balance transferred, whichever is greater. So this is kind of important. And you also please be aware that there is a late payment fee of up to $49. And on top of that, there is a foreign transaction fee of 3% of the transaction amount in US dollars. So the bottom line is what? Bottom line is this card is great to use as an everyday business credit card. That's it. Okay, and because you are trying to accumulate what the Regions called a relationship rewards. You have to accumulate those, and it's a dollar for dollar. So one relationship rewards points per dollar in purchases. So hey, listen, it is still interesting, but yeah. Another card I want to share with you that pulls TransUnion only is the Huntington Bank. So Huntington Bank has a great card. It's called the Business Voice. And this is a pretty interesting card. Why? Because the card has a constellation of benefits, but those benefits are, I think, they are categorized. That's how we actually analyze them. So the categories are more in clusters. So let me just break it down for you. So when you think about, so you can choose up to 10 categories. Actually, you can choose one of 10 categories where you will earn 4% cashback. 4% cashback on your first $7,000 that you spend every quarter, or $28,000 annually. Okay, you also earn 1% cashback on all other purchases, and this is kind of cool. And the card is really fantastic because it carries no annual fees or foreign transaction fees. This is really good. So it's called the Huntington Bank Business Voice. So let me just break it down for you. So again, you can choose 4% cashback on utilities and office supplies, for example, because there are 10 categories. And let me quickly talk to you about the categories so you have a clear idea. So the categories are gas stations, travel and entertainment, restaurants, discount and warehouse stores, grocery stores, utilities and office supply stores, electronics, computer and camera stores, department sporting goods stores, apparel stores. We have home improvement stores. You have auto parts and service stores. So those are the 10 categories. So the bottom line here is you got to really find out which category is closely aligned. It's more closely aligned to what your business does. Okay, so you choose your category every quarter, and on that category, that specific category, you will earn 4%, and on all the other 9 categories, you will earn 1%. So this is very simple. And the thing is that for us, this is a great card because the ability to switch your 4% cashback category every quarter allows you to maximize rewards. Think about it, because one quarter you might be spending in one category or one expense cluster, and the following quarter you can say, you know what, I think I want to switch a little bit. So this kind of flexibility allows you to get things done the proper way. So the cool thing is you can even keep the same category throughout the year, or you can switch to one of 10 categories every quarter. This is totally your choice. Totally your choice. Let me quickly give you a few pro tips. So I just shared with you the 4 business credit cards that pull TransUnion, and I want to quickly give you a few pro tips so you have a clear idea. If you are trying to get a business credit cards that pull TransUnion only, it's important to really know that those cards are not different from other business credit cards that pull Equifax or pull Experian. But the most important thing is for you to actually first evaluate your eligibility, right? So basically, let's say you want to go for the Huntington Bank of voice business, or you want to go for the U.S. Bank of business credit card. You got to ask yourself whether you got to evaluate your eligibility. And the thing is, and this is just means that you got to maybe call U.S. Bank or call Huntington Bank or call Navy Fed and ask questions, right? So, for instance, what is the minimum FICO score, and what kind of business eligibility requirements do I have to meet? Things like financial statements, things like my business incorporation documents, things like a business plan, all kinds of documentation that sometimes business credit card issuers they want to have from you. So you got to really be sure about that. Again, when we talk about pulling TransUnion, sometimes you got to ask yourself whether or not the credit card issuer is also going to pull your business credit, because it's not just about your personal credit score. The card issuer might also pull your Equifax business, your Experian business, or your Dun & Bradstreet, and see what kind of payday score you have, whether you are around 80, 90, or even below 75 or something like that. So so when we talk about evaluating your eligibility, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having a multi-pronged, a multi-linear eligibility assessment, so you have a clear idea whether you qualify or not. And the next thing you want to do here is you also want to compare and contrast the different types of business credit cards, right? So I give you a good list into this conversation of business credit cards that offer rewards. Some allow you to do balance transfers. Some allow you to have cash back. So you got to really be sure about which one suits your business at this very moment. And the thing is, once you compare it, then you can actually just apply for the card that actually suits you. And as we always say on this show, it's always better to actually apply with an institution with which you already have a relationship. It's all about parlaying that relationship that existing relationship into a great cardholdership relationship too, right? Parlaying that banking relationship into a great cardholder relationship. So that way you can actually have a higher limit. You're boosting your chances of having higher limits no matter what. Thank you so much for your attention, boss. I really appreciate it. Let's do a quick recap here. So in today's conversation, I'll share with you business credit cards that pull TransUnion for massive limits. We have U.S. Bank. So the U.S. Bank has 4 business credit cards that pull TransUnion. Then number 2, we have Navy Fed. So Navy Fed has 2 Gold Beast Rewards credit card. It has 1 in the MasterCard network and another one in the Visa network. And the third one, we actually share with you Regions. So Regions business credit cards. Regions has 2 business credit cards. We have the Visa business credit card and the Visa business enhanced rewards credit card. And last but not the least, I share with you the Huntington Bank voice business credit card. It's really a fantastic credit card also. Thank you so much for your attention, boss. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.